Can one product idea become an entire industrial brand? This is TouchEdit, a compact, smart air compressor designed for independent workshops, mechanics, fabrication businesses, and small industrial operators. And what you're seeing here isn't just one product image, it's an entire creative system. The product hero, the advertising, the social content, the technical graphics, the website visual, the B2B marketing material, and finally, the cinematic product commercial. But here's the interesting part. This isn't coming from a traditional creative team. I'm going to build the entire brand and marketing system with Lovart. Because for a small business, having a great product is only half the battle. You also need the creative infrastructure to actually sell it. Let's start with the actual business problem. Imagine I'm launching TouchEdit, a compact smart air compressor for independent workshops and small fabrication businesses. The product itself is useful. It has a clear market. And it solves a real problem for people who don't necessarily need a huge industrial machine taking up their entire workspace. But right now, the business has almost none of the creative infrastructure needed to market it professionally. There's no established visual identity, there's no consistent typography, there's no defined color system, there's no campaign, there's no product advertising system, and there's no commercial that makes the product look like a serious brand. This is a very real challenge for small manufacturers. They can build the product, they can understand their customers, they can run the business. But creating an entire professional marketing system from scratch is a completely different job. So instead of treating Lovart like an image generator, I'm going to use it as the creative layer for the entire business. That is the problem we're solving. Before touching the design, I need to define what this brand should actually feel like. TouchEdit shouldn't look like an outdated machinery company, but it also shouldn't look like a generic futuristic technology startup. The visual identity needs to sit somewhere in the middle. Industrial enough to communicate durability and engineering, modern enough to work on social media and e-commerce, professional enough for a B2B buyer, and simple enough that a small business can actually use the identity consistently. So the core personality is precision, power, reliability, and modern engineering. That becomes the creative direction for everything that follows. And now we're ready to build the actual system inside Lovart. I'm starting with Lovart's skill function because I don't want to manually invent every part of the visual system. The first job isn't to make an advertisement, the first job is to establish the brand direction. So I'm giving Lovart the actual business context, the product category, the audience, the personality, and the type of visual language I want. I'm specifically asking it to avoid the generic futuristic AI look. That's important because this needs to feel like a real industrial company, something that could actually exist on a workshop floor, something a mechanic or fabrication business owner would trust. And skill function gives me a starting point for that direction. Instead of staring at a blank canvas wondering what to make, I now have visual options to evaluate. This gives us the foundation for the brand before we start producing the campaign. And that's an important distinction. We're building the system first, the marketing comes after. Now I'm reviewing the directions, rather than simply accepting the first result. This option feels too traditional. This one leans too heavily into generic technology. But this direction has the balance I'm looking for. It feels engineered, it feels premium, and it still has enough simplicity to work across packaging, advertising, product pages, and social content. Most importantly, it feels believable for the type of company we're creating. So I'm going to approve this direction and use it as the foundation for TouchEdit. Next, I'm using Font Generator to establish the typography system. This might look like a small step, but typography becomes extremely important once we start producing multiple assets. An industrial product needs information to be immediately readable. The product name needs to feel strong, technical specifications need to remain clear, and headlines need to work whether they're on a website, a social post, packaging, or a B2B advertisement. So I'm exploring several directions and choosing the one that best matches the TouchEdit identity. The goal isn't simply to find a font that looks cool, it's to create a typography system that can survive across an entire marketing campaign. Now the visual language is starting to become much more specific. We have a direction, we have typography, and we're ready to build the actual brand assets. Now I have the core ingredients of the identity: The TouchEdit logo establishes recognition, the typography creates consistency, the color palette gives the brand a recognizable visual language, and the visual references tell us how the product should actually be presented. This is where the difference between creating one image and building a brand starts to become obvious. I'm not thinking about one Instagram post. I'm thinking about every place this identity could appear. A product page, a box, a sales presentation, a workshop advertisement, a technical specification sheet, a social post, a website hero. The identity needs to hold together across all of them. So I'm refining these initial assets until they feel like one connected system. And once the foundation is approved, I can move to the next critical step, exporting those assets. Before I build the campaign, I'm exporting the approved brand assets: the logo, the typography, the colors, and the visual references. This step matters because I don't want every campaign generation to start from a completely different interpretation of the brand. These are the approved ingredients. I'm taking them forward into the brand system so that everything we create after this point has the same foundation. Now we have the identity. Next, we turn that identity into a reusable brand system. Now, I'm bringing those approved assets into Lovart's brand kit. This becomes the source of truth for everything we're about to create. I'm uploading the actual approved TouchEdit logo, the selected typography, the color system, and the visual references. The reason I'm doing this before generating the campaign is consistency. I don't want asset number 1 to look like one company and asset number 7 to look like another. The brand system needs to travel with the campaign. And that's exactly why the brand kit comes before the campaign generation. Now, the identity isn't just something sitting on a mood board. It's established as a usable, creative foundation. One system can now drive multiple marketing outputs. And this is the point where a small business starts moving from "I have a product" to "I have a brand." Now that the brand system is locked, I need more than a logo. A real industrial business needs actual marketing materials. So I'm building a 10-piece launch campaign around TouchEdit. The launch post introduces the product, the hero ad sells the product visually, the features graphic explains what makes it useful, the workshop lifestyle visual puts it into a realistic environment, the e-commerce listing supports online sales, the specification graphic communicates technical information, the promotional banner can support offers or launches. The educational post gives the brand useful content, the website hero becomes the digital front door, and the B2B graphic gives the sales team something professional to send to potential customers. 10 assets, one brand, and all of them need to look like they belong together. This is where agent batch generation becomes useful. Instead of opening 10 separate projects and manually rebuilding the same brand system again and again, I'm giving the agent one campaign brief built around the completed brand kit. And I'm being very specific about the outputs. I don't just want 10 random images. I want 10 different marketing assets serving 10 different business purposes, but they still need to feel like one campaign. The brand kit provides the visual foundation, the campaign brief provides the business context, and agent batch generation handles the production of the asset set. And now the campaign is visible as one complete system. The important part isn't simply that 10 assets were created, it's that they were created from the same brand foundation, the same logo treatment, the same typography, the same colors, the same product presentation, the same overall visual language. That's what makes this useful for a small business. You're not just generating content, you're building a repeatable creative system. This is where the brand kit really matters. Let's put several of these assets next to each other. The logo treatment remains consistent. The typography feels like the same brand. The color system carries through. The product is presented using the same visual language, and the graphic elements feel connected. If I saw these assets separately, I could still recognize that they're part of the TouchEdit campaign. That's the real goal of a brand system. Consistency doesn't mean every asset has to look identical. It means every asset should feel like it came from the same company. But what happens when the marketing team wants a different headline? Maybe the original headline works for one audience, but now I want something more direct for independent workshop owners. I don't want to regenerate the entire design, I want to change one specific part. So I'm using TouchEdit. With TouchEdit, I can target the specific part I want to change. I'm replacing the headline while keeping the rest of the composition intact. The product stays where it is, the layout stays where it is, the branding stays where it is. I'm simply changing the element that needs to change, and that's a much more practical workflow when you're actually producing marketing content. And with Editable Layers, I can work directly with individual design elements instead of rebuilding the entire composition. For example, I can select the headline, change it, then move to the accent color, change that, then adjust a specific graphic element, and the rest of the design remains intact. This is important because real marketing rarely ends when the first version is generated. A client changes a headline, a product manager changes a feature, a promotion gets updated, the campaign needs another color variation, the business wants a different message for another audience. Those are normal creative changes. So being able to edit the specific element rather than starting over makes the workflow much more practical. The layout stays intact while I make the specific changes I need. That means the design can evolve without rebuilding the entire asset from scratch. At this point, I have the brand, I have the campaign, I have consistent static marketing assets, and I have editable creative that can be adapted as the business changes. But there is one more important piece. An industrial product also needs a strong product commercial, something that shows the product in action, something that can communicate performance visually. So now I'm taking the hero campaign visual and turning it into video. For the final commercial, I'm using Seedance 2.5 inside Lovart. Using Seedance 2.5 inside Lovart, I'm turning this hero campaign visual into a cinematic promotional video. And I want to make this more than a simple animation. I'm not just trying to make the product rotate, I'm not adding a random camera zoom, and I'm not relying on a basic motion effect. The goal is to create an actual product commercial. Something with a beginning, a product story, a real environment, useful product interaction, detailed cinematography, and a strong final brand moment. So I'm going to give Seedance 2.5 a commercial direction that reflects how this product would actually be marketed. I'm giving it the product context, the environment, the camera direction, the story progression, and the final brand treatment. That way, the output is designed as a commercial rather than simply a moving product image. Now let's generate it. And this is the result. No extra explanation here. This is where the workflow needs to speak for itself. We started with a static industrial product concept. Now we're seeing that same product inside a complete commercial environment. The workshop, the technician, the product details, the movement, the final hero shot, and the TouchEdit brand treatment. This is the difference between simply animating an image and creating a product story. So let's look at where we started compared with where we ended. We started with one industrial product idea. No established visual identity, no consistent marketing system, no campaign, no commercial. And now we have a complete brand direction, typography, logo, colors, visual references, a brand kit, 10 consistent marketing assets, editable campaign designs, and a finished cinematic product commercial. That's an entire creative system built around one real business. And that's what makes this workflow different. You're not just generating an image, you're building the creative system around a real business. For a small manufacturer, workshop owner, e-commerce seller, or one-person company, that's the important part. The product is only the beginning. The brand, the campaign, the content, the edits, and the commercial all need to work together. And Lovart brings that creative workflow into one place. If you're building a business without a full creative team, Lovart gives you the workflow to build the creative side from idea to campaign. One product idea can become an entire creative system. Thanks for watching. The link will be in the description, and I will see you in the next video.